looking towards maybe Kai'Sa here for
I like
Dokdam.
Caitlyn.
Yeah, Kate, I think, is a lot stronger when it comes to the, as you already highlighted, Azil, when it comes to the pure lane. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Dokdam pick that one up, and it will be locked in.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes a lot of sense when you're talking about how a lot of these series between Gen.G and KT have been decided in lane, right?
Yeah,
So
but sometimes LCK versus LCK can be a little bit slow. But there is the Canyon and Dokdam who used to be in the same team.
maybe not at every given moment, but many moments for many years now as the best mid laner in the world. And now they're looking mid.
Looking to gank that best mid laner in the world. Chovy flashes immediately into the flag and drag. Knocked back with the seismic shot, but his rocks become his tombstone. KT on
Exceptional at this as they're...
And there it goes, straight onto Dokdam. Cease and desist living as the Caitlyn falls to Canyon. Gen.G on the board in the semi. His way up from the bot side, but might just be focused on the Scuttle Crab. Peter looking to see if there's anything he can do here, but it doesn't really feel like KT want to contest right now. The cease and desist from Gen.G, they want the fight on their terms, and they kill off the Nico immediately. Nothing that KT... Now the question is, for KT, do you hit?
Oh, Peter lost flash.
Do you go for the fight? Peter, no flash, as you say. That Nico, half of a champ if he can't get onto the backline, still looking for the engage. Meanwhile, the cease and desist into the quickness combo. A double charm comes out from Duro, and Gen.G just rip the hearts out of
Every single member that you might send forward will just get blown
gonna
up.
get spotted potentially here. He's still in that brush.
They don't know.
Walks into the bush. There's Duro, gets the quickness off. Weaver's wall out, and the charm follows up. KT, though, still alive. Peter yet to fall. Cards going in with the flag and drag. Fate sealed. Flash away from Canyon. He dashes out with a bolt breaker. Gen.G now on the back foot. The ace in the hole cancelled by the knock up a seismic shove onto Cuz. Keen the first to fall. Gen.G on the back foot. KT still looking to find purchase in the fight.
It's still a big win for KT, though. We'll see if they can turn it into more.
To start up this Drake will be soul point for them. Chovy on the flank as he wraps around to join his team behind this Drake. Perfect with that equalizer. Weaver's wall. Perfect's on the wrong side of it, but can walk out towards the top side of his jungle. Drake down to 2,000 HP. Peter with the pop blossom, and a fight flowers for KT. BDD dives in. Gen.G are left routed as Ruler has nowhere to go. Flashes, but with an ace in the hole. One more bullet in Dokdam's shot. A cataclysm. The tomb for Ruler as KT clean up the fight.
That they are going to be pumping out here with BDD and Dokdam. If they find that good engage, they have the power behind him to knock him down.
Gen.G know the BDD isn't here right now as Ruler. Valkyrie's in. Dokdam has to flash across the wall, equalizer down as well. The Weaver's wall from Chovy puts him on the backline. A seismic shove. Gonna cut down Perfect. Cataclysm in as KT look for the fight, but they just lock Gen.G in, and they don't have the damage. Keen on that front line. Mortal Blade coming out from BDD for the knockup. Chovy flashing forward, chucking the rocks into Dokdam, but he can't quite get the damage. BDD finds one. Dokdam walks away wounded. Cuz dives into the middle, but they don't have it. KT routed by Gen.G. BDD locked up with the slow from a decimating smash, and that axe will make him go timber. Keen picks up to get it down as well. They don't have a tank to face check for the support to run behind, and they also don't have something like a Rakan. Decimating smash onto Cuz, caught out with that lack of vision. Keen with the roar of the Slayer finds his mark. BDD forced away towards the top side. Peter having to flash. Dokdam underneath the tower. Pop Blossom from Peter will distract the rest of Gen.G. Canyon's going to go into the Guardian Angel, but the Angel's on his shoulder might be enough. Fate sealed from BDD onto the backline. They'll look for Ruler. Keen flashes. Get down, Mr. Ruler, as he blocks the shot from the ace in the hole. Decimating smash again. Perfect looking for more. BDD going in with a Mortal Strike 3. Tries to get onto Ruler. The damage doesn't tick. Ruler still stands. A Keen will run for him. BDD finds another Ruler down. Just the mid lane is left alive. BDD versus Chovy. We've seen it so many times over the years.
But Cuz is coming up faster. They could go for
the and the Pop Blossom not available, so BDD and his team definitely taking a risk. Canyon is behind him.
Duro looking for that redemption because he's still got the quickness. They'll dive onto Perfect and they lock him down. He dies in the river of fate. Onto the back line with the Cataclysm out as well. But Ruler still stands, taken out in the end by BDD, who's now making a swift retreat. Dokdam in the pit, caught out by Duro. The headshot. He loads another into the chamber, but he can't quite get the damage down. BDD looking for more as he sees his teammates fall. He can't find it. Gen.G somehow win out the fight.
And the Baron stayed least throughout all of that.
Well, 50 seconds left on this Baron. A couple of waves for Gen.G to play with.
Yeah, but it's KT holding on well. No inhibitors have fallen yet. They did lose the one tower, but only 40 seconds left on this very...
He goes in, and he tries to seal the fates of Chovy, but he pops a stopwatch immediately. The Snapzap gets him. Cataclysm onto the backline. Gen.G have already lost their mid laner. A GA coming out for KT as they manage to back away. Gen.G lose 2. BDD wants to make it more, can't find it, but KT hold on.
The engage from BDD is such a thing of
Keen and Chovy. Keen still 10 seconds away.
But no Zonias will be available for Chovy, so he's going to be vulnerable.
Teleport comes in for Chovy. KT put up a snap trap line to try and stop them. Peter has that Pop Blossom. They'll look for the Fate Seal. The Elder already down to 7,000. Shape Splitter out. Seismic Shot. Peter gets the Pop Blossom only onto Juro, but the Elder is secured, and now KT will look to turn the fight. Gen.G immediately run for the hills. Keen flashes across the Fate Sealed from BDD. Trying to take out Chovy. Juro falls on the back line as KT continue to collapse. Kaz dodges the Seismic Shot, but Chovy survives. The Elder doesn't quite tick him down. In the end, the cannon minion still there, seismically shoved underneath the turret. The Baron expires in 40 seconds, and again KT just playing it slow, taking it patient, snapping back again. The Nexus tower almost down. Canyon dives in, but Peter distracts the rest of Gen.G. Canyon size the GA, but the rest of Gen.G can't get to him. They've been equalized. The Guardian Angel down on Canyon, meanwhile BDD distracting. Generation Gaming. The Cataclysm in from Cuz will build the walls of Gen.G's tomb. Gen.G taken down by the might that is the KT Coaster. You are in for a very sticky situation. Could go for something like the Xayah if you want to be able to avoid that public execution, but Varus does give you good poke. It allows the engage from the Kiana to be a little bit stronger. You've also got the Chain of Corruption for that extra CC layering.
Yeah, and one of the things I just really like about it is that it has the ability to follow up on...
Tell us, they already got rid of the Talia win rate in game 1. They've already upset the apple cart, so to speak. KT at this Worlds have been...
A little bit of a time waste for him. Could be looking towards BDD though.
Gonna run towards that middle lane. BDD needs to get the hell out of here. Chovy's on the chase. BDD flashes and face plants in the wall. Gen.G claim first blood.
Yeah,
Steal.
And it's kind of a flip situation. This time it's KT trying to get access to that dragon.
Duro on that front line. The hook lands onto Peter. Kaz gets the root down. Piercing arrow again onto Duro as he falls low. He has to flash away. The knockback onto Chovy separates the fight. Drake secured by Gen.G. Double flash of the root still onto Ruler. Dokdam looking to put the arrows into the back of his enemy man. The Realm War back as Peter's getting onto that backline, but Gen.G immediately turn and burn. But Canyon is the one who is aflame. Hero's entrance will not be a good exit for Chovy as now he needs to escape the clutches of KT. They've already lost 2. Gen.G trying to get Ruler out of here as the chase down towards the bottom side. Chovy against Kaz has to burn the flash, but Kaz finds him still. KT come out on top. On the other side, how hype are KT feeling, right? Coming into this, as we see Peter look for the engage onto Juro, we'll get the trample down, the hook's gonna land as Cuz dives in. Supreme display of talent, the Nautilus falls first, but meanwhile the Crescent Guard from Cannon keeps him alive. Peter gets the knock up and a knockback. Ruler gets a shutdown though as 2 will fall. River Canyon realizes it, backs away from the Herald, which will reset its patience in a moment. Chovy TPing in, the hook's gonna land though, as they look for Peter, flashes in, head up pulverize, Supreme display of talent as well, but only onto Chovy. The redemption comes out as Ruler, Arcane shifts forward, he wants part of this fight. Canyon with the Crescent Guard, Chain of Corruption will lock him up, and it missed times as they go in. Ruler able to pick up one, another hook coming out from Duro. The depth charge on the back line into the taunt from Chovy. Gen.G rule the rift as KT can find nothing.
Gen.G showcasing
2,500 gold ahead of his opposite man, already on his going towards his 3rd item as Dokdam only sits on 1. Perfect looking for the flank. The Drake begun Hex flash forward. Canyon dives onto Peter. Rifthold has been summoned towards the top side as they go in for the fight, and we see KT able to secure the Drake, but Peter now needs to retreat. Perfect looks towards the top side, trying to distract Canyon. Peter falling lower. Down comes the anchor and sends him into the depths. All they wanted. Rifthold charges in. Perfect matches it. Should be able to kill it off. Duro with a good hook away, but BDD still on the chase. Death charge! Arcane shift! Mystic shot from Ruler, but into the Supreme display of talent as KT turn it around. Canyon forced away as they chase forward onto him. Perfect finds another. KT turn around the fight.
And it's straight up disrespect from Gen.G looking for exit kills, and KT says thank you very much as Ruler.
Looks like they will.
Double to B.
Couple of wards in the back of the pit from Gen.G as they look to gain vision around it. Perfect looking for that flank, no wards where he is. Juro going in with the hook. Drake down to 6,000. Perfect still peeking his head out as they dive in. Canyon looking for the steal here, but it's Cuz that gets it. BDD forced to flash away. Here is Edges from Chovy in the pit. Keen diving forward. Ruler caught out by Perfect. Canyon falling lower as Cuz finds two. KT winning the fight on the bottom side, but the top side is all in favor of Keen. Ruler almost going down. Chovy still on the chase. Dogdown trying to get away. Perfect and Peter trying to protect him. The flash away from Dogdown. The taunt short from Chovy. Chovy falls. Only the top laners left alive, and Perfect will burrow. The problem for Gen.G is they don't really have vision around this area at all. They've got a single control ward, now a couple in that mid lane bush. Peter caught out with a hook once again as he has to flash away. Has the honey fruit to pop himself up as Ruler lands the damage across the wall. He couldn't see him. It was blind, and Ruler finds his man. KT now a man down, can't defend. The Drake secured, so point for Gen.G.
Yeah, the problem is
Ruler still on it. Cuz still looking for the steal. Perfect and BDD down towards the bottom side, distracting the rest of Gen.G. Cuz can jump in. The Winds of War from Chovy. Duo knocked up. Redemption out. Canyon almost falling as Cuz dives into the pit. There's no jungler there. Canyon goes in, and he manages to land the smite. KT now on the back foot. Public execution from Keen, not quite connecting, and KT turn and burn. Peter's here for a little bit more. The hero's entrance won't be quick enough to save his support. Perfect diving onto that backline. Chovy falling lower. Keen forced away towards the top side. Chovy with a stopwatch. Dogdown can't land. The piercing arrow through that. Flash away, the Realm Warp gets KT.
But you know that KT had been locked up in their base for so long that they haven't been able to get out on the map and reclaim vision. And Peter has been getting picked a number of times, and it could be a repeat.
Flash hook, immediately they look for Cuz, they'll take out the jungler. Ruler finds the kill, and now Peter tries to flash away, tries to get to safety. KT.
Difficult for KT.
And that's kind of a flex from Dogdom, right? Like being up.
Peter's going. Immediately they dive into Chovy. They have the Chain of Corruption coming out as well. It's going to land the Taunt, the Crescent Guard out as well from Canyon. Chovy falling lower. Perfect's on the flank, lands a double knockup. Chovy needs to get out, and he will. A public execution slays the cow. Roast beef for Keen as he finds two. Dogdam will follow. Canyon dives back in, flashes away, still has the Angel to bring him back to life. And now Keen can advance, and Cuz can do nothing but flash and a try to get himself out. Keen will chase for days, though. Cuz forced down towards this blue side jungle. KT
He's hoping he can find a miracle to get in that pit. I mean, he has the sweeper. He knows he's not spotted, but he is now.
Ruler jumps immediately onto him. He knows his job here. They don't need the damage on the Baron, just force Cuz away. Can't quite hit the Mystic shot. Perfect here, the TP in from BDD, another TP to follow it, as KT think perhaps we can take the fight after the big purple worm. Peter's here to join the fray, but Baron already for Gen.G. KT now back away. The Realm Warp used, true shot barrage on Cuz. Almost tools in his arsenal to get there. Inhib on the top side, taken by Gen.G. Now KT will put all 5 players to defending this mid lane wave that Chovy is going to begin to bring in. Gen.G though can still use the top side, knock up onto Keen, he dashes away. The route onto Juro with the Rune Prison, Perfect falling lower. Forced away by Ruler. Will be able to heal up in that passive. True shot rush dodged by Cuz, but not by Peter. A public execution onto the backline, the knockback onto Keen immediately. The redemption coming out as well. Crescent Guard, BDD trying to get onto Juro, will find it. The taunt onto Cuz, Keen dashing in, knocked back under the tower, but Ruler untouched. Canyon untouched. Chovy untouched. And Gen.G with an extra bit of damage. The Nexus tower is falling. Ruler and Chovy take the first. Keen trying to get this wave in for the second. Perfect. Dogdam and Peter needs to try and defend, but Peter's already back in the base, just healing up on that fountain. The Nexus tower falling lower. Ruler with a true shot barrage can still arcane shift away from the oncoming Rek'Sai. The Nexus tower will be taken. Keen behind them. KT trying to defend, but they just don't have the wallets. Gen.G will answer the fight and go 1-1 in the series.
Gen.G battling back here. KT kept the pressure on, but Gen.G are just right? Like anyone who gets hit, it could be pretty dangerous for them. So Leona does make a lot of sense, does help them as far as the primary engage. If you bring Pantheon down towards that bot side, you can look to try to prey on the Ashe as well as the Lulu, who can be quite vulnerable. That is kind of the push and pull.
Have they found the perfect slipper? Or will they be turning into pumpkins? 3 games between them.
This is early on, and his early laning phase didn't look too good. Now starting to build towards that Chovy lead we all know and love.
Empress Fight, he tries to flash away from it. He slammed into the wall. Chovy take a pew.
I haven't finished my sentence yet, or he just gets swept doesn't get the flash, immediately gets slammed into the wall. And again, that's with BDD not having his flash.
Oh my god, he got solo killed.
Grand Starfall in from Canyon as he looks for the chase onto BDD, but BDD still has the flash, and he'll jump over the wall!
Surely this is the year that they're going to be able to win. Has yet to make it to a final. BDD find him again!
Chovy! BDD takes a couple of towers, or takes 3! BDD just dies! Cuz will get 1 in response, but they're looking for the fight here around the Herald. Counter TP being used as Perfect's going to join the fight. Keen in the back of the pit. Perfect's there, trying to act as that front line. Looking for the eye. The solar flare, Dogdam immediately cleanses away from it. Canyon dives in, a great steadfast presence stops Duro from coming in. The TP first, it's going to be BDG joining the fight. Keen forced up towards the top side. Perfect's going to 1v1 him with the all-out, and now the charge forward from KT. They find 3 as Gen.G are left reeling.
We have Perfect, who obviously is in that fight, by the way, which we didn't even really get to talk about. Just straight up 1v1 Keen!
Enchanted Crystal going down, there's Keeper's Verdict as well! Ruler doesn't get the chance to move, Duro has the flash, takes the Chemtech Blast Cone to get himself to safety, but KT will take...
And it's Chovy making so many mistakes, it's Dogdam.
Grand Starfall onto Dogdam, does have the flash, he's going to use it to get across the red pit, can't do it in time, solar flare from Duro finds its mark, Chovy gets the shutdown.
Big mistake was the one that kind of inadvertently set up Ruler in a position to carry, right? Gave over the early shutdown, not this time!
Yeah, onto Chovy, Perfect here! Pathmaker will find Chovy, and he doesn't get a chance to move! Keeper's Verdict, the Emperor's Divide, they use the redemption to top up Perfect. They turn their eyes towards the Drake Soul for them. Canyon a long way away, has that Grand Starfall. Keen going to try and flank across here. Could use the World Ender. Starfall in from Canyon, looks for the steal, but immediately he's yeeted. The Keeper's Verdict finds him guilty, and Emperor's Divide knocks the World Ender into the middle. The Shockwave finds KT, but Duro dives in, and the rest of Gen.G just can't follow him. KT claim the soul, they claim the kills, and they claim Gen.G's lives.
KT is just running through the fight. Chovy's in trouble. BDD's going.
BDD can still chase him in. He's the only one left alive. Chovy stands alone as KT clean up the fight.
And that is
gold ahead. 3 items on BDD. The Leandry's complete. For Dogdam, he has a Peter in his pocket to help buff up those autos. Duro and Canyon and Chovy still looking for the flanks. BDD might face check into it. Enchanted Crystal coming out, but BDD uses the soldiers to check for him. His bodyguards as he forces Chovy away. Canyon falls. Duro likely to follow suit soon. Chovy teleports out and dies anyway.
He gets taken down. It's another kill, and it's going to be the Baron here for
and Gen.G trying to defend the solar flare. BDD slides away from it. You can't catch me. Starfall in, but Canyon's locked up. The Keeper's Verdict knocks back 1. Cuz goes in for the chase, but can't quite find the damage on the Canyon. But here comes Dogdam for the rest of it. Keen with the whole world on his shoulders as he pops the World Ender, but he's stunned up, locked up, and taken out by KT. Another name on the list for KT. They take their destiny into their own hands as they go 1 game away from finals.
And a sly grin on Dogdam's face as he is for the Anivia, which into both the Kalista, the Renata, and the Casio, I think is going to feel great. And Perfect just going to keep doing his job as he has been this series. Going to lock in the tank, try and get as much impact as possible, but I do have to say, I don't love
in which you can turn the tides into your favor, but really, at the back of your mind always to kill off the Mundo. Grub started by Gen.G. Chovy the first to move from mid. BDD forced back underneath his tower. Cuz trying to make his way in here, but with the concussive blows about to proc, I think he might back away. Puts the Q back into Gen.G. The first grub's gonna go. As Peter begins to step up, BDD still looking for the flank. There's the second grub as they pull in with a hostile takeover, eaten by the Unbreakable. BDD with a great petrifying gaze, finds 3. Duro chased away here, has to flash. Ruler doing the same. Dogdam still on the chase. Chovy able to pick up BDD on the back line. The wall enough to save Ruler. Gen.G get out.
Taking it is an absolute nightmare as Dragon gets started up. Keen just straight up walked all the way down, but there comes the teleport from Perfect.
Teleport from Perfect. They're looking for the call of the Forge God here. Cuz going in, maximum dose juice, hostile takeover, lands onto Canyon. Cuz stepping into Duro. Cuz CC flashes away. The smite comes out from Canyon. Gen.G secure it. Call of the Forge God from Perfect as they flash forward. BDD looking for the petrifying gaze, but can't quite find it. Keen falling lower. Perfect on the chase. KT find 1, but the Drake's already gone over to Gen.G. KT will look for a little bit more. Noxious Blast from BDD. The Fates call calls the Braum.
The confidence that is hard start to match as we go into another team fight for Herald.
Gen.G have all 5 players here immediately. TP to the mid lane from Perfect. He's a long way away. The Herald already down to 5,500 HP as Gen.G look for it. BDD on the flank. Duro, Flash, Winter's Bite into the Glacial Fissure. They dodge a Petrifying Gaze, but Duro's still caught by it. Flash hostile takeover coming out into the Fate's Call. The Cuz is able to get the Herald as Keen tries to get onto that back line, but so much work here from KT. They've already found 2 in the fight, and the tides are very much in their favor. They'll chase down Canyon. KT raw to life as Gen.G continue to leash the Atakan.
Yeah, Gen.G trying to force KT's hand. They got some critical cooldowns there. No Mundo ult is massive, and they're getting zoned by the Anivia.
There's a hostile takeover. Duro will be looking for that Unbreakable. Chovy forced away towards the Tri-Bush. 6,000 HP on the Atakan right now. Impale lands. Hostile takeover coming out as well. It's eaten by the Unbreakable. BDD flashing forward with the Miasma. Redemption's coming out as Dogdam dances around the fight. Keen forced to flash away. Perfect able to escape with a sliver of HP, as is Peter. Ruler now on the front line. He stares into the eyes of BDD, and he's turned to stone. His tombstone litters the rift as KT win the fight at Atakan. Space into the wall, and Gen.G back away. Now KT have control. Cuz still has the flash here. With the culling coming down, Cuz able to survive it. The redemption used, and the maximum dosage pops on him as well. Gen.G now, without their AD carries ultimate, have to fight around the Chem Soul. KT started up, Dogdang looking to put the spears into the Dragon Face, call out the Impale, only lands on the Perfect, and he doesn't really care that he's in the middle of Gen.G. He flashes out, escapes the storm of Chovy. Porch-God. Will Gen.G want to take the fight? Azale thinks it's already over, and perhaps it is for KT. Gen.G stepping forward, KT still on that Baron, 5,000 on it as Canyon looks for a flank position. The Baron, the target for KT, they'll smite it, they'll secure it. Dogdam stepping forward, dashing onto Keen, the damage on the Perfect as well, but a Petrifying Gaze once again from BDD. He sends Gen.G home in body bags. Chovy trying to escape, and he will manage to get to the safety of his tower.
And BDD!
Looking for it, Perfect. There's Canyon comes in, Ishtal's impact for the CC. Perfect's going to try and walk his way out of this one, but even with a Bellows Breath, even with a double knockup, Perfect cannot survive. His KDA goes from...
BDD and Cuz are moving up. I think Keen is going to die, and this timing might matter.
BDD going in, Dark Possession being used. BDD needs to order that down, but Cuz has the flank position on towards this Yorick. Keen has no flash. No hope.
They're delaying
it. No life left. They'll delay it because in 55 seconds, the Elder will spawn. Cuz can chase him down with the Bone Saw as Keen has no one here to help him. BDD in the end will claim the kill with Twin Fangs.
And with Perfect already got low, and Cuz has no ult now. Chovy just controlling that space beautifully. Gen.G have a chance here. They're trying to buy time for the Orange to TP back.
It's the last stand here from Gen.G, desperately trying not to give it over, but there we go, Oran's back. His cooldown still available.
Chovy on the flank, Blast Cone down, Cuz cleansed away with them. Mikhail's Canyon in the pit, Cuz has to flash. As they look for the engaged Canyon going in, Cuz in the middle of the pit as well. The redemption coming out from Gen.G. Cuz trying to get out of that Dark Possession. The Morning Mist landing on towards the backline. The Elder down to 7,000. Good stun coming out. The corner of the port got Duro blocks the Glacial Fissure out as well. The Elder secured as KT. They get it, and Dogdam is flashing forward. Ruler rules no longer. KT clean up the fight, and now march down mid. All the years, all the tears, all the fears forgotten. It is one step closer to the promised land as we see no defense available for Gen.G. KT are going to finals!
2018 when he lost to IG! Oh my gosh! I just can't, like, this roster of all rosters.
The Immortals.